Hey yo, welcome to Heeltoe's YouTube channel. Once again, today I'm working on the TLX Type S. I'm installing this front underspoiler kit, which I think that's generous calling it a front underspoiler kit because it's just these little corners that go on the sides in front of the tire, but that's the kit that Acura has, and they say that they don't fit on the cars with the Type S splitter, but we happen to know that they do. We have a few customers that have installed them, and now it's my turn. But before I do that, I'm actually going to show you how to take this bumper off without screwing anything up. I've been asked actually a few times to make a video that's really specifically about taking this bumper off, and while I'm going to sneak in this project, this mostly is going to be how to get this bumper off of here. So here you go. You asked for it, and Heeltoe's delivering. Let's get to it. All right, first thing we got to do is take off this panel here, which is separate from the bumper. I didn't know that when I did this the first time. So it's separate. But to get that off, first we got to pop this panel off, which I think is just a pull it out deal. Yep. There we go, one-handed. Okay, now we're going to get in here, pop this clip, this clip, this clip, 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 clip. And I find it's best to get like 2 screwdrivers and kind of pivot them out. There's also a clip in here. Now that the clips are out all the way across, this panel pops forward kind of like this. But another thing that I kind of screwed up one time was I got a hold of this plastic bit here because I thought that it all came together, but it doesn't. You just want to grab the painted section and it pulls forward. There are retaining clips, you know, kind of all along here. So it might take a little bit of a tug. There we go. Kind of pull it away a little bit. Now we can go in here and remove this cover that's over the headlight. Right here, it's a clip, and this screw right here. Also, you're going to need to take off these bolts above the grille. These little clips, just push it down, it comes right off. We just revealed another clip. That's going to have to come out, and the grille screws. So now everything is disconnected along the top here, which is awesome. It's still clipped in along underneath the headlight, and there's clips all along in here, but we're not going to pull those out yet. Now it's time to get underneath a little bit. The next thing you need to take out is this screw, which goes straight up in between here. So with the flashlight and looking up, you can see the hole where this screw goes. Just unscrew this long Phillips head screw and then set that down. Now you want to get underneath here. So there are a few thousand, it seems like, clips down here. You don't need to take them all out. Mostly what you're looking for is the paneling that goes up to the bumper here. That's all going to be fastened, and you'll need to take that out. So it's 10mm bolt, 10mm bolt, and then sort of follow the bumper along. Clip, clip, clip that's missing because I did this before and probably broke it. And so just sort of follow around. You don't need to take all these clips out because these are holding the splitter onto the bumper. Now, side note, if you have an A-spec or other model of TLX and you want to put the TLX Type S splitter on it, it's the splitter itself and then these what they call reinforcement panels. And yeah, they basically just go straight up here. You don't even need to take the bumper off to put that on, as far as I understand. So, but for this install, I'm taking the bumper off. So it's all these clips along the edge here. All right, so we got a lot of general looseness here. Not really hung up on anything. Not bad. Forgot you got to take this clip out also. That one holds the top of the bumper in place. And it looks like, yeah, this one, let's take all three of these guys out too. These three clips in the fender well. Now we got to undo the clips all along here, and if you're familiar with older Hondas, you know that a good general tug here undoes them. But on these newer cars, the loop that's there and the tab that goes through it, it's really, really hooked on. So you actually do need to get some kind of a pry tool, get in there and release them. You'll want to have some of these plastic pry tools to get in there, and I don't have the secret formula, but just get these and put a flashlight in there, and you're just going to have to poke in and release these clips along the way. Don't just violently yank on them because you'll break them. Oh man, it's really hard to see in there, and I would love to show you more, but yeah. All right, so kind of working your way up along the edge of the bumper, and here you can release these clips like this, and then pretty much, yeah, these pins hook into the bottom of the bumper here, which is like, these ones came off pretty good. This side's been giving me some trouble, but basically that's what you do. Release these clips along here, and then you got to get these released from these little hooks that are on here. And then there's a little bit of a clip here that things slide into. Mine's been on and off a couple of times, so maybe that's, helping it come off a little bit easier. But it is not as easy as Honda bumpers of the past have been. All right. Oh, here it comes. All right. Bumper released. And she's free. Whoa. Now, it's going to be connected by this harness over here. So unplug that. And your bumper is off. Come on, there you go. Bumper off. There you go. And it goes on the reverse of the installation. I think the trickiest part about putting it back on is when you got this edge down here, it's got to go in underneath this, but on top of that. So when you slide the bumper on, just make sure you have the layering right. Otherwise, you have to resort that. All right, cool. Now I'm going to work on getting these lips put on after I have some pizza. All right, back at it. I did have my pizza, and actually then it got kind of a little bit darker, too dark for me to continue working on this, and then one thing led to another, and days later, here I am back at it. I didn't really change anything since the last time. I just kind of turned the bumper on its head. And here we can see a little bit more about how the front lip mounts. It really just clips into place with some more of these clips that go through the bumper face. So if you have an A-Spec TL and you want to put the Type S splitter on it, it's really just sort of a simple matter of clipping it into place. We have a package on our website that's got the lip and then these bumper supports here, which I don't even know if you need those. But anyway, that's how the lip goes on. I've got to pop the lip off so that I can fit the side spoilers in place. So I'm going to do that next. And then I'm going to find the locations where I need to make holes for those lips. If you looked at my video on the rear lip spoiler and diffuser, you know that they tend to pre-mark the holes that you need to drill into. You can see one here in the plastic. There's another one here. So I'm going to get back here, clean up the back side, and reveal all those hole locations to drill those holes for the front lips. Now that I got the lip separated and I identified where the holes are supposed to go, time to make some holes. These holes only really need to be big enough to pass through these like zip tie thingies. And you don't even really need to be perfect. They can be whatever. The ties come through, the whole lip covers up everything. The risk of screwing this up is extremely low. So I'm going to start with a smaller drill bit and then go to a larger one. The diameter of the holes you should make are actually marked there. So, you know, no fear. Just make some holes and don't stress. Okay, this is going to look pretty cool, I think. Just an extra little accent piece to the bottom. In terms of fitting it, yeah, it looks pretty good. The issue we're going to run into is where the spoiler meets the splitter at the bottom. And let me turn it on its end so I can show you why. Right, so the splitter has these tabs right here that go into these slots. So it needs to slide into the front bumper lip area here. But now some of that area is covered up by the underspoiler here because it puts this decorative kind of trim over the edge, right? It blocks that clip area from the splitter being able to go into it. So we kind of have two choices here. So we could trim the bottom of the underspoiler here, just cut this bottom section off so that the lip will rest within that trimmed area and clip in the way that it's supposed to. Or also we can, the holes do line up, we could just use some different hardware and attach it, like push it together and see how well it actually fits. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just sort of attach it without trimming the lip to see how everything fits together. And if it looks okay, I think I'm just going to run it like that for now. I think trimming the lower lip here is probably the better idea, but time being not on my side at the moment, I would prefer not to have to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some hardware in here, see how it comes together, and then let's check it out, see what that looks like. In a couple of these areas, you actually have bolts that hold all this together. So when this goes up into the car, we're going to attach here and here with bolts. So we don't have to worry about the hardware there. But when we're talking about areas like down here in this location, or here especially, right? The factory clip that comes with the bumper isn't very long. So when I try to shove it in here and it's got a little extra space, yeah, see with the clip in place, it doesn't come all the way through. So there's no way that that clip is going to work. Working on that bumper project, I found out that stacking the lips on top of each other meant that some of the clips weren't long enough. So like this clip didn't have enough bite or grip length to go through the extra layers that were there after I installed the lip. So here I am at Heeltoe Automotive. I've got some extra clips here. I got some that have a longer grip length to them. So These should fit through the bumper and lip and hold everything together much better because they're just a little bit longer. Let's see how they work out. Thanks, Heeltoe, for coming to the rescue. And so I went to the shop, to the Heeltoe shop, and I picked up these longer clips that we have on hand. So you see the little extra length, hopefully it's going to help us punch this together. It still takes a little bit of force, but I got it together. And so yeah, the longer clips were definitely helpful. I got 4 of them because there's 4 spots where it really seems like a longer clip is needed. I'm feeling a little back and forth on actually sticking this on, just so I feel like I want to put it on the car, make sure it's all going to look good before I start taping it on in place, just for fear that I might have to take it off again. That tape is pretty much impossible to deal with. Got the bumper hanging in place here just loosely, but I wanted to show you what I meant. Down here, you see these tabs want to be going above the splitter, so you kind of have to, when you get part way on, push them so that they go in the right spot. So yeah, that's the only thing. If you try shoving it on there without these in the right spot, you won't get very far. You have to take the bumper off again in order to line these up. So get it partially hanging, set those, and then you can go the rest of the way. Before I even completely put it on, I see I've got a little bit of a problem here. You can see this is where the slots where the lip is supposed to go into place. Now, I didn't put them in over here, which is fine, but on this side, you know, the underspoiler doesn't extend over here, so I really should pull this off here and realign the lip into that gap. So yeah, word of the wise, when you got to pull this off to install the lip, the underspoiler, when you put it back, put a few of these clips back into place, and then you're just going to have to tweak the lip over here to get it to fit. And you'll see I was able to get this tab in with the clip, that tab, this tab with the clip, that tab in there, but I couldn't get the clip to line up because the offset of the lip and the bumper just won't allow it to come up far enough for me to attach the clip in here. But I think that's okay. I'm going to skip it. It's going to be bolted in place here and clipped all these other places. So this clip I couldn't get in near this zip tie thing. These tabs won't really go in. They're going to sit on the bottom of the underspoiler. So that should be a much tighter look. Don't let that pitfall get you. Go ahead and now I got to do this side. You can see I didn't bring the tab through over here, so I'm going to do that next. And that should be it. All right, when it comes to installing these 2 bolts that thread in, obviously we've got the extra space from the lip there, and I found that these were the original bolts, but I needed longer ones. So these longer ones are actually for holding airbox in. I'll try to get a part number for you and put it in the description. But yeah, these longer bolts made it a lot easier on the other side to find the nuts on the inside. These shoulder ones just don't have enough length. So just one more thing to add to the extra hardware that you'll need. There we have it, guys. We added something to the front end here, literally. These underspoilers look pretty cool on here, along with the splitter. I think it complements the front end pretty well, even though it doesn't exactly, you know, it's not perfect fit. We got it really snug here. There's a little bit of a gap on both sides here. I think just the pressure of the spoiler pushing up on it is causing that. Nothing really that we can do, but you know what? Honestly, as an accent piece, I think it looks, you know, better. You know, this car has a lot of aggressive lines and angles and things, and I think that just sort of helps accentuate the aggressiveness of the front end. Goes along with the side skirts and the rear lip really pretty well. So yeah, pretty stoked on it. And also, there's your tutorial on taking off the front bumper. As good or bad as it might be, that's what you do. My bumper is getting a little tired here. We had a wheel weight fly through that hole and create that hole. We got some, you know, cracks and stuff, bug, junk, whatever. Bumper's getting a little tore up. I may be doing a front end facelift on this one before long, but for now, that's us. So there we go, HT Spec TLX outfitted. Next I'm gonna do, I don't know, I've got a PRL intake. I've also got the welcome lights and illuminated side sills some more projects coming on this car. So if you want to be notified of those videos, make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe to our channel. As you can tell, we've cranked up the content and more is going to come. If there's something you want to see me do, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Roast me, congratulate me on having such an amazing wife that she loves this cool car. Whatever you want to do, comments are for conversation. Till next time, Heeltoe is in your corner and it's time to shift up. Shop at Heeltoe.